I think we all can agree that your idea of love shouldn't be based on a film. It sounds stupid, or at least it should. But what if there were two stories so real and true to life that basing your idea of a healthy relationship on them doesn't seem that stupid after all? And if you've grown up watching Hindi films, these two films have already shaped your idea of love and maybe even life. Yup, I'm talking about Jab We Met and Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. I know, as if the world hasn't spoken enough about them. But there's one aspect we almost never notice, or maybe we just choose to ignore. Either way,
बकवास बंद करो let's
hi, I am Siddhaya and this is Think Think Think. Unlike the usual rom-coms that use the love interest to challenge the main character, both these movies use them to help the main character heal and grow. In fact, the films do not treat their shortcomings as a flaw that they need to be broken down for, but simply as a problem that needs some work and support to get through. And to do so, the films use the character arcs in a very interesting way. Both the films begin by introducing us to who we think might be the central character, which in a way they are, but only till the midpoint. In YJHD, we begin with Naina revisiting her trip to Manali, where she reunites with her school acquaintances, including Bunny. Now, Naina and Bunny are not smitten by each other right from the start, but as they spend some time together, they both feel a connection. And the reason is that despite the obvious differences, they both share what really matters when connecting with a person, their frame of mind. Naina takes that trip with the intention to break free from her mundane life and meets Bunny, whose entire life took shape on that feeling. All his dreams and future plans are based on the very fact that he does not want to do the mundane.
ऐसी घिसी पिटी लाइफ थोड़ी जीना चाहता हूँ.
Now, during this trip, Bunny is everything Naina wishes to be or finds admirable, and hence she is very easily drawn to him. But because of his commitment to his dreams, Bunny fails to realize the potential of this relationship and continues with his own life. And it is because of Naina's level-headedness that she is able to take it well and walk away from that trip as a better version of herself. One that will then help Bunny reconnect with his own in the same way he helped her connect with the new. Similarly, in Jab We Met, we meet Aditya, who has been dumped by his ex, at his lowest, takes a random train abandoning his life, but meets Geet. Interestingly, Geet is going back to her family, but with a clear intention of abandoning them later, because they wouldn't understand her love for Anshuman. So although both the characters seem to be different on the surface, they both have the same responses to trouble and confrontation. That is, abandoning everything altogether. And perhaps this subdued but strong similarity in personalities is what helps them connect, just like Naina and Bunny. Because, you see, at first, Geet does not seem to like Aditya as much as she does after knowing his story about his ex, because that is when she can truly relate to him and finds him to be just like her. Because if something similar were to happen to her, she might just do the same. However, Aditya, failing to see this part of Geet, is inspired by her and is transformed into a new and better version of himself. One that does not fear confrontations and troubles, and will then be her guiding light through her own family. Both Bunny and Geet unknowingly help Naina and Aditya to grow out of their shell, but not in an attempt to change them or challenge them like in most other films. In fact, it's hardly their goal, and I believe that's the magic. That for either character, the film never treats their void as a flaw that needs to be corrected, but in fact a phase that they need to grow out of. What I mean is, take the recently released Tu Jhooti Main Makkar. It's a good old-fashioned rom-com, and that is why the film breaks its main character for not being able to confront and be honest about their problems. It asks them to overcome the voids, make things right, and then offers love as a reward to the effort. Similarly, any and every other film of the genre tells us that to be loved by the right person, we need to be the right person and make the right choices. But not YJHD or Jab We Met. They tell you that it's okay to be who you are because you are going to meet someone who is going to be there for you, and together you will figure out your own right. Now, this might seem delusional to the practical ones, but to the hopeless romantics, that's a verse from the Bible. And this is the kind of stuff that makes a movie the movie of the era. The kind of stuff that really hits, right? I guess that's just something to think.
आपसे पूछना था, आप जो ये सब बोल रहे हैं इसके पैसे चार्ज करते हैं या ये मुफ्त का ज्ञान है?
नहीं, ये तो मुफ्त है।